Hey everyone, this is Travis, Trader Travis, and my Success Academy co-trainer Peter. Again, we are back with our weekly recap. We've decided to do it on Monday. We had a busy Friday, both of us. I'm traveling, helping out, dealing with family matters. So I have a different background today because I'm in my niece's apartment. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get started here. I'm going to hit my timer. I'm going to be real quick. Today, I'm always yapping on about stopwatch start how I'm a 10-minute trader. Well, today you get an example of that. How a person can be a 10-minute trader is that, I keep the same basket of stocks I pretty much look at. And what I do is just look at them each week for different trades. For example, let me go ahead and show you my screen here. I didn't set up my screen sharing, and that was going to eat into, I'm going to show you my main screen. I'm on my laptop, so I am not on my desktop. And Peter, can you see that? Let me know if you can see my screen. It should show
Uh, yep,
my broker.
I can see it. Yep.
Okay, so what we're going to do is look at the general market first, then I will go ahead and place my trades. So the general market last week, I told you, well, last few recaps, I told you in the short term, expect volatility. Long term, I expect the market to go up. When that changes, well, the good thing is now that we do these weekly recaps, you can get pretty much an insight into what Success Academy members learn. Like before the market correction in February, I was telling them, hey, watch out. In January, I was saying, watch out, telling them why, I was a little bit concerned. And, I didn't know the market would have a 10% correction. I just saw the telltale signs that this run up in price is about to end. So when that happens for a market crash, we'll kind of touch on that in these weekly recaps. But what I see right now is the market finally had that kind of pullback I talked about, where a reversion to the mean, where if prices kind of get away from their moving averages too much, sometimes it'll settle down, either trade flat or go down in price. And it actually went down in price for a few days. So right now, I think the market's finished and it should go back up here in the short term. And then for time's sake, let's see, I'll just quickly pull up my stocks I've been reviewing here. I don't have any new stocks for you today. So these are only stocks either I've recently placed a trade on or I am looking to place a trade on. And so Costco was one of them, one of the original ones I talked about. That's doing okay since I talked about it. And I'm giving this to you for full transparency so you can see, hey, do these stocks go up after Travis mentioned them? Or either go down if we're trading bearishly, bearish meaning you make money if the stock falls in price. So Nike is another one. We just looked at HD, Home Depot. That's the one that's been giving us trouble. But so far, Nike and Costco are leading the way. Wells Fargo still doing okay, just a slow, steady track up. Apple is one of the biggest winners right here. Amazon, that's pulling back right now. I don't. They're making money, so I don't see the stock falling. The stock would have to, institutional investors would have to sell that stock for the fall. I don't see that happening. Ross is doing okay. I don't know if we talked about CMG, Chipotle, or yeah, I don't know if we talked about CMG. I have a question mark by it, so I think it was one I was kind of iffy about. I wasn't sure about. So yeah, just don't worry about ECMG. That's not one that's on my list. It has a question mark by it. In my notes, question mark means I'm not quite sure about that one. So we've looked at the general market. I think the general market is going to start heading higher here in the next few days to weeks. I don't have any anticipation it's going to fall in price again. But the market doesn't care what I think. We trade what we see. And so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and play some trades here. Play some trades on QQQ. This is for family purposes. I'm brushing up my skills here. I have to help some family members, even myself. I'm in town trying to sell one of our rentals here, our second house. So I'm going to be using this strategy you're about to see here in the coming weeks, very much so. And again, I always talk about a 10-minute trader. You will see why. Peter talked about this in the other recaps. It doesn't take that much time to place these trades here, especially when you know what you're doing. So that's one, and I'll explain it after I place them, because if I try to talk and trade at the same time, I will probably screw up something. And I have one more here. The summary here these are like weekly paychecks from Wall Street. This is I won't go ahead and try to get greedy and shoot in the middle, which we teach in the program. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those. Reject it. Oh, of course, this is why you don't trade. And I guess I won't be placing those trades then. All right, so let me just do a couple of them then. I want to go,
Yeah, did you place too many for the
yeah, for that
account
account.
size?
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm thinking this is my real money account. All right, so let me just go ahead and do these other. Let's do these two then. So take what you're going to see here and just multiply it by two. You would see the different income that would come in. So as soon as those are getting filled, wow, I still have an extra 5 minutes, Peter. So I might have to turn it over to you. So, well, that's an example here. What I mean by being a 10-minute trader, it doesn't take a lot of time for you to place these trades. And what this trade is, while I'm waiting for it to get filled, they are called insurance trades. And this is a trade that Warren Buffett is popular for. A lot of people don't know Warren Buffett trades options. He does, in fact, do this. He made actually $4.9 billion doing that same exact strategy you just saw me do. He just did it in a different way. And of course, he has a lot more money. I went out weekly. Warren Buffett went out years, I think almost 10 years. And what it is you're selling stock insurance to someone else. You're saying, hey, this is like insurance on your house. Hey, I will insure your home for you. In exchange for insuring your home, you pay your insurance company a premium, right? And insurance companies are some of the richest companies in the world. Why? Because you usually don't have to pay out a policy all the time. It's a probability thing. And so I'm selling insurance. I'm insuring someone else's portfolio. In exchange for that, they are paying me cash. But unfortunately, that trade didn't get filled. So I'm going to go ahead, just for time's sake, I'm going to change these to a market order. I usually don't do market orders, but since I'm recording live, I want to just go ahead and show you the income that I would receive on a weekly basis. So those two trades, one brought in $212, one brought in $173. Again, I was trying to do four. That's how I do this in my real money account. So I set this up once and I'm done for the month essentially. I do work every day. I come in, I kind of casually look at the market, see if I need to do anything, but it doesn't take any management. I just sit back and let the stock do what it needs to do. The stock really doesn't need to go up or anything for me to make money. This cash, at least the way I employ the strategy, this cash is mine to keep. I don't give it back. And so this is my profit. And again, you just multiply this by 4. And then, each month I just come in and rinse and repeat, or each week, depending on how you employ this strategy. So that's all I have. Let's look at the stopwatch here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Peter, even though I have 3 minutes left. I don't have anything else to say. That's all I had to do today. I just wanted to place those trades, look at the other stocks. Before I did manage to get lucky here. I got a Walmart trade Peter and I were talking about. I managed to get in Walmart right before earnings. And so I misspoke. I told somebody on the Market Club blog that it was like a 900% return on investment. So if that person happens to be watching this, I misspoke. I wasn't looking at my numbers. It was like 400 or 500%, but still pretty
that's
good.
It?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't want to be misspeak. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was a pretty decent trade. So
You lied to me. You only made 400%.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Oh, you lied to me. They won't focus on the 500-600%. They're like, you lied to me. Like, really, dude? It's 600%. Like that trade set you up for the year. But anyway, people are funny. All right. So with that, let me go ahead and turn the floor back over to you, Peter.
Okay.
And make you the presenter.
So while he's doing that, one of the things I'm frustrated this week because all the trades all those companies Travis talked about last week, Costco, Home Depot, Walmart, even Apple, I was going to get in trades. I didn't, and I missed out on an opportunity. So I'm frustrated with that. But let me start my timer here so I don't go over. All right, so you guys can see my screen, right? You can see my spreadsheet.
Yeah, I see your Excel, yep.
Okay, so it's a little off though. It says this week's revenue is 750. I put all those numbers together before I placed some trades while Travis and I were talking. So that number is actually a little bit different. It's a little bit more. It's not less. It's a little bit more. I don't think by much, but one of the things that I'm going to focus on, because a lot of people ask about this, And this is a theory question that people keep asking me about, so I always encourage them to go out and trade this, and they would get to see how it works out. But let's go to my NVIDIA platform here. So if you look right here, you can see I was assigned NVIDIA at $250 a share. So it cost me $25,000. NVIDIA is trading at 240, I think, right now, or it was. So I was assigned. I immediately sold a covered call below my cost basis. I did that on purpose because I actually wanted to get called out, and I thought I would, because I thought NVIDIA might correct this week, but it's not. It's still going down. It's actually gone down even farther. So I did generate $405 in revenue for that covered call, which will most likely expire worthless. So what I did was I adjusted my next cash secured put here, and you can see it shows a negative 1,025. But if you go back up here, that's that cash secured put. So it's really about $100 loss. Okay. So with that, I then turned around and sold another cash secured put out to September at 240, which NVIDIA was trading at, and generated 585. So you can see my profit has actually gone down a little bit on NVIDIA. It was at 1,400, now it's at 1,000. All right, but just understand, my profit has gone down. I have not lost any money. My profit went down. One of the things I want you guys to understand, though, let's say this is theory, right? But let's say I get assigned at 240. I still have a protective put at 255. So if I wanted to exercise my protective put, that's an additional $1,500 of revenue, which would generate into that number. So I'd be at $2,500 revenue. Okay, so just so that makes sense, I'm not going to do that even if I were assigned, because my protective put has 300 days of life on it. So just if this doesn't make sense, it's because you're not going out and doing it. If you're in the Success Academy and it doesn't make sense, it's because you're not going out and doing it, and you need to go out and do it. All right. So I just wanted to cover that real quick on this is my short-term trading account, or I call it short-term. I don't mean short-term. My small trading account, right? So it's a $5,000 investment. I do contribute $250 a month to it. So that plays into my percent here. So I was assigned Macy's, because Macy's dropped on earnings, and I was assigned at $39. I turned around and sold a covered call at 36, because that's what it was trading at. That's $300 below my cost basis. But it's really, if you take this revenue of 98 and this revenue of 152, so you're looking at about $250 in revenue. So I'm really only losing $50. But in the long run, I won't lose money, because I'm going to turn around. I'll get assigned, because Macy's has jumped up again. It's at like $37.50 last I looked at it. So I will get assigned, which I'm okay with, because I'm looking at long term on this as well, even though it's a small trading account. Next week, or probably on Friday, I'll look and see that I'm going to get assigned, so I'll immediately sell another cash secured put. I'll generate about $75 each time I do them, so I'll be up another 75, and you can see my revenue is 532. If you subtracted out the 250 that I put in, that's still a good $200 revenue, right? So it'll be up around $300. So my percent of profit is about 7.5%. So overall, I'm doing well. I'm not meeting my weekly revenue. I really want to generate 1% per week. I'm probably, I haven't recalculated this number, and I apologize, I was a little behind. I'm probably still around that 0.3% per week, but just keep that in perspective, folks. I still generated $750 in revenue, and I'm not hitting my goal, but a week of $750. And by the way, it took me more time to explain this than it did to place all my trades. I did about 10 minutes, right, Travis, before we started doing this.
Yeah, we did. So, you're talking and trading at the same time.
Yeah. So that's it. And I beat my time last week by 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, that's good. Hey, we don't have to make it longer than we need to. So yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else, but I do want to echo what you talked about here. Let me go ahead and make me back to presenter here. All right, so
I just changed it back. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not going to share my screen. I'll just have it both of us on the screen here. So I do want to echo what you talked about. Is one of the things we always encourage people to do. Is it's fun watching us trade. People stay engaged. People say they like these videos. But for us as mentors and coaches, we want you all to take action. Whether you're part of the program or not, doesn't matter. You still can take action. You know, there's a difference between an obstacle and an excuse. Obstacles can be overcome, excuses cannot. So your goal is to eliminate any excuses. Just take action. If you're part of the program, reach out for help. If you need help, if you can't work your broker platform, call your broker. They will help you out. You know, just make it your goal to eliminate any obstacle in your way. Take action, start implementing this. I get more joy out of you emailing me that you made 14 grand than saying, oh, I made 14 grand. Over time, we still love this stuff, but we become desensitized. It's like, well, it's easy. It doesn't take much work. You know, we're talking thousands of dollars a week. Like, okay, I get more excitement out of you emailing me like, this is the first time I've clicked buttons and brought in instant cash. Like, we just paid our mortgage and, you know, our car payment this month. So we rather you take action. So use these videos as motivation and encouragement to you take action. Post your results below this video wherever it is posted. So you all take care with that. I will bid you farewell, and we will see you on our next weekly recap. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.